This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Agut Moed. Today's Hoshana Rabbah. Soon we're going to be taking leave of the Sukkah. Tomorrow, Shmini Atzeres. Shulchan Aruch says we sit in the Sukkah both tonight, the night of Shmini Atzeres. Tomorrow, we also sit in the Sukkah. Even Achronim question whether one sleeps in the Sukkah on Shmini Atzeres. But at the end of the Mitzvah of Sukkah, we take leave of the Sukkah to the point where it's already legislated in the Ramah in Siman Tafresh Samach Zayin. Yesh noagu kishahayu yoytzim min haSukkah. The minhag is that when we leave the Sukkah, hayu oimrim hiratzayin shenizga leishev besukkah shalav yasan. We should be zoicha to sit in the shade of the Lav Yasan. So we already have the minhag codified in the Ramah that when we take leave of the Sukkah, we say Yehiratzon. Now, just like we sat in the Sukkah now, we should be zoicha to take refuge and shelter in the hide of the Lav Yasan. What is the concept of taking leave of the Sukkah? Why do we need to take leave of the Sukkah? We don't take leave of any other mitzvah. Do you ever find that we have a ceremony to say goodbye to the shofar? After we blew the shofar, 200 times, we have to say goodbye to the shofar. We don't say goodbye to the Dalet Minim. We take the lulav and esrog, we shake it, and then we throw it on top of the Aron Kodesh. But we're not saying goodbye to it. We say adios and we throw it on top of the Aron. What's the concept of taking leave of the Sukkah? Rav Hutner makes a tremendous diak in the Mamori Pachad Yitzchak on Sukkahs, Ois Kuf Yotes, and this is a diak that we once spoke out in the past from the Meshech Chachma. And that is in Parshas Re'eh, when we talk about the various Yomim Tovim. The Torah tells us by the Yom Tov of Pesach, you need to go to Yerushalayim, Ba'amokoim asher yivchar Hashem l'shakein shemo isham, to the place that God selected to rest His name there. And by the Yom Tov of Shavuos, it says you go up to the Beis Hamikdash, Ba'amokoim asher yivchar Hashem l'shakein shemo isham. So by Pesach and by Shavuos, it says you go up to the Beis Hamikdash. That's the place where God rests His Shechina. Ask the Meshech Chachma, and this is a diak of Rav Hutner as well. By the Yom Tov of Sukkot, it only says Ba'amakom asher yivchar Hashem, and it doesn't say that Yerushalayim is Makom asher yivchar Hashem l'shakein shemo isham. Says Rav Hutner, the reason why by the Yom Tov of Sukkot it doesn't say that Yerushalayim is Makom asher yivchar Hashem l'shakein shemo isham is because when it comes to the Yom Tov of Sukkot, yes, Yerushalayim is a place that God selected, but it's not the place where Hashem rests His Shechina. Because where does Hashem rest His Shechina on Sukkot? In the Sukkah. In other words, the Sukkah becomes the virtual Beis HaMikdash. The Sukkah becomes Kedushas Beis HaMikdash. The four walls of the Sukkah maintains and attains the sanctity of the Beis HaMikdash itself. Therefore, it doesn't say by Sukkot that Yerushalayim is Makom asher yivchar Hashem l'shakein shemo isham, because that appellation of l'shakein shemo isham is reserved for the Sukkah itself. Says Rav Hutner, the same way we find by Yerushalayim, when you come to the Beis HaMikdash, you don't just leave Yerushalayim. There's a mitzvah of lina. You stay overnight and you say goodbye to Yerushalayim. Well, if on the Yom Tov of Sukkot, the Sukkah is Yerushalayim, then the same way we say goodbye to Yerushalayim, we also say goodbye to the Sukkah, and that's why we have a Yehiratzon, that just like we were Zoicha to sit in the Sukkah this year, may we be Zoicha to sit in the hide of the Lav Yasan, that we should be Zoicha to see that great day, B'mher v'yameinu. We say goodbye to the Sukkah. We're kasha alai pridaschem from the Sukkah, in the same way that it's so difficult for us to leave Yerushalayim sheyibana b'mher v'yameinu.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.